What a wild way to end the week on Wall Street. Stocks got hammered on Friday after the former President Donald Trump reignited tensions with China, this time over rare earth minerals. And oh yeah, the market did not like that. The Dow plunged almost 880 points, the S&P 500 dropped 2.7%, and the Nasdaq, it fell over 3.5%. Its worst single day drop since April 2025. By the closing bell, all the major indexes erased their weekly gains completely. Trump jumped on Truth Social and now he's considering a massive tariff increase on China's imports. He also said he might not even bother meeting China's president in 2 weeks, adding that there are many other countermeasures on the table. That post shocked traders and set shockwaves through the global markets. Basically, investors hit the sell first, ask questions later button. The world's two biggest economies are arguing again, and it's triggering a sell-off to the end of the week. Trump's post came completely out of nowhere, fueling a wave of extreme volatility we haven't seen in months. And honestly, with it being October, maybe a little market spookiness was overdue. Remember, China controls over 90% of the world's rare earths, crucial material for things like electrical vehicles, aircraft engines, and material and military tech. So any disruption there could hit EV makers, semiconductors, and even defense stocks hard. That's exactly what happened. The Philadelphia Semiconductor Index plunged more than 6%. Alibaba, JD.com, and PDD Holdings, even Qualcomm tumbled over 7% after China launched an antitrust investigation into one of its deals. And as if that wasn't enough, the US government is now the 10th day of a shutdown, meaning we're flying blind on unofficial economic data. No CPI, no job report, nothing. Independent data like University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Survey still paints a gloomy picture. People are stressed about high prices, weaker job prospects, which isn't helping confidence. Without fresh data, all eyes are on the Federal Reserve. Central bank needs to be cautious before cutting rates again. Even though private data shows the labor market is slowing, that another cut could be an insurance move if the job market continues to soften. But again, both stress caution. Now next week we should focus to earnings. Big banks like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Citigroup, Wells Fargo all report on Tuesday, kicking off Q3 earnings seasons. Analysts expect S&P 500 to rise about 8.8% year over year, slower than last year's 13.8%, but still positive. So those results could help calm some nerves or make things worse if they disappoint. So to recap, Trump reignites the trade war, rare earth tensions flare up, stocks tumble, volatility spikes, and we're still in a government shutdown. Oh, and earnings season starts in a few days. Yep, just another normal week on Wall Street. If you're trading or investing, keep an eye on tech and semiconductors next week. That's where the biggest pressure could stay. Now let's take a look at some key stocks and cryptos that you should be investing in for the rest of 2025 for you to free debt and you can pay off your child support, your student loans, and your credit cards. Now let's dive into it. First thing off the rip, we see Bitcoin is on a huge sell right now. We got this huge candlestick spiking towards the downside, and we see a lot of wick at 101,000 hitting the bottom, and then now the body of the candlestick is hitting about $113,000 right now in price. This is a great sign for Bitcoin. It's gonna spike volatility for this price to hit all-time highs next year. Y'all know, if y'all new to the channel, the market has to have a huge crash in order for us to have a new all-time high. So we want to get ahead and we want to go ahead and buy the dip when Bitcoin start dollar cost averaging. As we push to $150,000, you got at least a 40% return on investment when you start dollar cost averaging buying recurrently into Bitcoin starting at this price. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is currently at 3,800. We have Ethereum back below $4,000, which is a great sign for Ethereum investors. We touched about 3,400 earlier today once we had the huge scare with tariffs, and that's a great sign for Ethereum as we're going to push towards $7,000 with Ethereum in 2026. Price target will always adjust, but that is the most reasonable way for Ethereum right now to increase momentum. We have a huge spike towards the downside, and Ethereum is not going to go anything below 3,000. So this is a great price for you to start dollar cost averaging and starting your cryptocurrency portfolio. We see MSTR fell below $300 today. MSTR is continuing to buy Bitcoin, and while Bitcoin is now in this consolidation between 125,000 to 100,000, whenever Bitcoin breaks above 125,000, keep an eye on MSTR, and you want to make sure you load up on calls for this company, as we are in a nice correction after we hit below $235 in April. And now this stock right now is currently sitting at a price where it's in a lot of support. It's touching our support area. This is about 4 touches that we've seen in the past. So even if we do break below 291, this stock is going to have a phenomenal year to end the year, as it tends to in the last 3 years in the bull market to the last 3 months in the year, this stock is always known to have a tremendous end to the year. So you want to keep an eye on this stock, as it's almost now near 35 to 40% from its all-time high. Speaking of all-time high, the next stock you should guys be investing into is AMD. AMD is currently at $214, and we had a phenomenal week these past 2 weeks. AMD touched the all-time high, and now we've seen that AMD is just going to be in this consolidation range as we push up higher. We want to make sure that AMD, we have nice calls and dollar cost averages. Beware of AMD's price at this range. We're going to have a little bit more time before we push for $250. You're going to keep this one on your radar. We're already near the all-time high. We're going to have to make an even higher price range, as it is one of the AI revolutions behind Nvidia, and it's actually been ahead of the game. We know AMD's been around since 1960, so it's right there behind Intel. It's one of those OG CPU companies that's been around, that's been doing a whole bunch of research on technology. Keep an eye on AMD. Start dollar cost averaging with call options on this one. Price target for AMD in 2026 is about $300. The last stock we have on the radar is United Health. United Health is one of those stocks that you want to have patience on, and whenever you have chunk sum of capital, you just want to throw it inside of United Health, just because it has opportunity to ×2 where the price is at. Currently at $347 a share, and whenever we push up to $650 in 2026 and healthcare, it gets pushed by the government and there's more insurance contracts that's going on, this stock is definitely going to be the one that's going to double in percent and double in the return of that you make right now, as we have more downside pressure right now towards the downside. You know, United Health is not going to go below the bottom that we touched. We hit a bottom in August, and this stock is just going to be the ones that's going to have a phenomenal year next. Keep an eye on United Health. Make sure you start the DCA. I like to tell these plays to y'all early so y'all can go ahead and y'all can secure your position. That way, whenever the stock runs maybe 6 months green in a row, we already see that the stock is up 3 months in a row in a bullish candlestick, so it's going to finish off the year this green. Go ahead, add this one to your bucket list. I'm going to throw one more at you guys since you guys made it this far in the video. The last one we have is Nike. Nike is down 58%. It's currently down $104 from its all-time high, and this stock's just been getting beat up for too long. It's about 1,369 days for the stock to be down in this range, in this consolidation. And you know that's the best time to buy a stock, whenever it's just down too long. One day it's going to bottom out and the stock will recover, and that parabolical range is going to be going from sell-off to buyers. And this is just one of those stocks that's been around too long for the stock to be down for its price range. It's been around since about the 80s, and we have tons of data on this stock. I just like how this stock is at this big correction, and we've seen it just drop down half its value within a few years, and this is a great buy right now. It's one that you can actually accumulate dividends from buying this stock, so you get money from just owning the stock, putting your money in there. It's like a bank. You get money from putting your money in the bank, but not much, right? But you get between 60 cents a share just putting your money in Nike stock. So not only are you getting money from the stock going up once it recovers, and we start to get buyers stepping in this stock, and then once the tariffs all even out and they can increase the revenue for Nike, we're gonna get about 60 cents per share. So if you had 20 shares, if you had 100 shares of Nike, you're gonna be getting 20 times 60 cents or 100 times 60 cents, and that's every quarter. So that money starts to add up. The more money you have, the more money you make in the stock market. So this is a great stock to add on your belt right here and hold long term. And well, you can play some nice call options on this with some leaps though. Make sure you got the nice expiration date on these in order for them to run. And that's going to cap it off for today's video. Make sure you guys hit a like, subscribe, and make sure you comment down below. Go to Sofa Academics to cop the latest merch, the Eternity tees, because we know we're gonna be living this life eternity with the Lord and our Savior. So make sure you guys do your due diligence and make sure you're taking care of yourself. I love you guys. We out, man. See you guys in the next one.